Welcome back to the Ciel Power Podcast. We're here today to talk about the top 10 reasons to participate in home performance with Energy Star. With me today is Kevin Esposito.
Glad to be back, Scott. Thanks for having me.
It's awesome to have you back. Kevin is our administrative and program manager. We've been participating as an organization in the Home Performance with Energy Star program for more than a decade now. So what we're doing today is we're going to share the top 10 reasons why people engage with this program. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it.
Jump right in.
This number 10 doesn't get a lot of press. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but upgrading hot water systems in your home. Kevin, most older houses have a big tank in the basement. It has a little flame underneath it. The flame runs almost all the time trying to keep that water warm. There's a little chimney on top. There's way more efficient ways to keep water hot in your home these days, isn't there?
That's absolutely right. Those ways are just so inefficient. They waste about 50% of the energy. There's currently power vented water tanks. There's instantaneous on-demand tankless systems, as well as newer heat pump tank water heaters.
And we're doing a lot of those heat pump hot water heaters.
We really are. That's a mouthful and a half, isn't it?
All right. The next thing that doesn't get a lot of attention, but is very, very important for the health of all of the home's occupants is the safety of the house. So a prerequisite for participating in Home Performance with Energy Star is that you get something called an energy audit performed on the house. And during these audits, a technician surveys your house looking for all sorts of different potential safety hazards that might get exacerbated if you seal and insulate the home or mess with some of these different systems. What are the top 3 things that they do from a safety standpoint?
Sure. Well, first we're going to check the gas lines in your home. We're going to check for any gas leaks. We're going to check for all the carbon monoxide levels inside your home, that everything is safe, that you don't have deadly amounts of carbon monoxide inside your living space. And we're also going to check your mechanical systems to make sure everything is exhausting out of the house properly.
Amazing. And a lot of times we don't see anybody do that with a conventional contracting company. So it is definitely one of the value propositions for participating in Home Performance with Energy Star. But this next item is getting a lot of attention right now with the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, electrification. The home performance programs can help you transition from combustion appliances to an electric, a fully decarbonized home. So one of the big things that we've picked up on lately is taking combustion out of the house. And Kevin, how can the program help with electrification?
Sure. I mean, 3 of the biggest areas are upgrading your stove and range to an electric system, upgrading your water heater to an electric heat pump system, or upgrading your home's heating to an all-electric heat pump system as well.
Yeah. It's the first time in history where we can actually power our homes with the energy we generate through solar entirely in some cases. It's not as sexy, but insulation. A Home Performance with Energy Star program can help you upgrade the insulation in your home. Kevin, what's going on with that?
Yeah, so it's like in the wintertime when you're cold and you walk outside, you put a jacket on. Insulation is the jacket to your home. We're going to help insulate your attic areas. We're going to help insulate your exterior walls and your basement spaces.
Today, if you built your house, you'd need insulation in your attic up to your knees. A lot of these older homes built in the 50s, 40s, 60s, they have 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches of insulation. It's just not enough.
If that.
It's just not enough. So this program can definitely help with that. Also, air conditioning system upgrades.
Yeah, a majority of the homes in the state of New Jersey have air conditioning. The systems have changed dramatically in the last 10 to 15 years and are significantly more energy efficient and use more safe refrigerants that are better for the environment.
Yep. Even a system that's just 15 years old can be replaced by a much more efficient version in today's technology. Oil to gas conversions is another big reason we get phone calls.
It is. We're seeing a lot less of them as more and more oil to gas conversions have been done in the last 10 years. But it's still a big predominant thing we hear around this time of year, especially as more gas pipe is being laid throughout the state of New Jersey.
There are still gas pipes being put in. Gas is a much more budget-friendly way to heat your home. So if you're heating with oil or propane, a lot of those folks, struggle to make those monthly payments. Converting to gas can help with that. But that brings it full circle. Incentives. That's probably, there's 47 different versions of this program in America. And some of these programs range from very few incentives, and some of these programs have very robust incentives. Kevin, what do we have here in New Jersey?
New Jersey has some of the most robust incentives, thankfully. It's a great program that offers up to $5,000 in a cashback rebate and up to $15,000 in 0% interest financing. That is correct, 0% interest. So 20 grand in incentive money.
Incredible. So Is there, for your average homeowner who wants to participate in this program, who lives in New Jersey, is there a lot of upfront cost to do any of the things we've talked about so far? Upgrade insulation, upgrade air conditioning systems, upgrade hot water systems?
The majority of our projects are $0 out of pocket, and even the ones that are out of pocket are very minimally out of pocket because of how rich those incentives are.
Incredible. I'm sitting here in my sweater. I actually have a little bit of a chill here in the studio. Heating systems.
Heating systems are changing so much, and in the last few years, they've really evolved. There's now sealed combustion furnaces. There's combi boiler hot water systems. And there's also, again, as I've mentioned before, new heat pump systems that have inverter technology that allow them to be run at ultra cold temperatures and still be energy efficient and maintain the heating needed inside your house.
So these systems are actually exponentially, they're not creating heat, they're just moving heat from one place to another. So they're exponentially more efficient than their combustion counterparts that actually have to create the heat and then distribute the heat.
Absolutely correct.
Incredible. The calls that we get from homeowners who have just high energy bills, they really struggle with this. And this is the number 2 reason, I would say, in that people actually engage the Home Performance with Energy Star program.
Without a doubt. And as part of our testing, we're going to go in there and see where the home is wasting the most energy and propose upgrades to that. With this program, we're seeing typically 20 to 25% energy savings inside homes.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about the home energy audit, which is a precursor for participating in the home performance program. That home energy audit is really going to break down the individual systems in your home, help you identify where that home is losing or wasting energy, and then it's going to give you a roadmap to making the house more efficient. And if you're here in New Jersey, it's going to give you the financial wherewithal to make those changes as well. So it's a very, very powerful program for figuring out exactly what's happening in your home and then treating it accordingly.
Absolutely.
The number 1 reason people participate in the Home Performance with Energy Star program is
comfort issues.
Yes. Most people, they struggle with being comfortable in their home if they're in an older home that was built, again, before today's, efficiency codes. And even some of the people in today's home, they struggle with that as well. So
yeah, it's the majority thing that we hear about the most. It's the room over the garage is cold. The family room in the back of the house is freezing. We can't even live in there. We're always covered in our little snuggies. Mm-hmm. We hear so much of that. And what our assessment's going to do is we're going to go out there, figure out where we can improve and what we can do to help make those areas in your home more comfortable.
Yeah, we hear it all the time. New families, the infant's room is freezing. Our baby's in there. We want to, make sure the baby's comfortable. Our daughter's room, our son's room, our room. A home energy audit can really work to identify what's happening in each part of that house and make the recommendations on how you can improve that space, especially with so many people working from home right now.
Absolutely. And then if you combine that with everything else before, with the incentive money available, with the insulation upgrades, the technology being available, it's just the best time ever to participate in this program.
Incredible. So that rounds off our list of the top 10 reasons to participate in Home Performance with Energy Star. We're so happy you were able to join us. Kevin, thank you very much for being in the studio.
Thanks for having me, Scott. I love being here.
If you're in New Jersey and you have questions about the program, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us here at Ciel. Otherwise, we hope you investigate the program in your area of the country, and we really encourage you to participate in this award-winning, groundbreaking, and very innovative program that really can make a lot of difference for a lot of people. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.